Welcome to the channel. I am the Jamaican Scoop Diva. These are the headlines. Fans are concerned as Jada Kingdom seems to be suicidal. Vybz Kartel's shocking interview as he reveals he suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. He discusses getting cheated on by his ex and much more jaw-dropping details. And finally, the Bounty Killer Foundation donates 10,000 US dollars to Lieutenant Stitchie's wife as he is currently unconscious. Please stick and stay for more. So starting out with Miss Jada Kingdom. Now, as you all know, Jada Kingdom has, or maybe she is the self-entitled, self-proclaimed Gen Z Jezebel. Not my words, hers. But outside of that, you know, she's a very beautiful artist. She's a great songwriter and she's an excellent singer. And I know that in interviews prior to now, she had admitted to having bipolar disorder. Some time ago, people were alleging that she might have been on the drugs, who knows. But recently, she released a song by the name of Somebody Else and she made a post. Now, someone, Vanu-chan, he says, I thought you were DEAD and this was the announcement of it, right? And you know, that funeral program looking kind of document, that's kind of what he means by that. Or some people might call it an arbitrary. Now, she responds to Vanu-chan and says, I wish. And honestly, that's heartbreaking. Jada Kingdom is a very young lady. She's, in my opinion, she's successful. She's well known. I think she's crossed over. I think it's safe to say. You know, she had a fling with the one and only Burna Boy. She snatched Burna Boy right from Steph London's very tight clutches. I'm kidding. I actually don't know. That was a joke, allegedly. But yeah, they were actually fighting. There was a whole lyrical battle between the two of them. So in my opinion, Jada has a lot of good things going on for her. She's known to be with a lot of popular rappers. I think his name is Party. I'm not quite sure. Correct me in the comments. But her future looks bright and she's beautiful. She's attractive. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. However, looking at things from a moral perspective, a lot of these things are not really healthy for us mentally, sometimes even physically. Nowadays, women are being glorified as a bitch. Women are thinking that it's normal to be promiscuous. Women think it's cool to be a Jezebel. Now, if you don't know your Bible, but Jezebel, the Jezebel or a Jezebel spirit is basically like demonic. And these are things that young ladies are glorifying. I've never listened to the song. However, I'm assuming it's a banger because I know Jada is very talented. But sometimes these things do take a toll on you. Harboring negative spirits, negative energy. It doesn't matter how beautiful you look on the outside. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't value your spirit, your peace, if you don't value yourself entirely, it will take a toll on you and you might wish that you were no more. Now, I will say that to say this. Mental health is real. Mental health sickness is real. Mental health disorders are real. So let's pray for Jada in this time. I don't think it's a joke and I would not want it to be a joke because that's not something to joke about. Sometimes we need to check on our friends. Sometimes we need to check on our co-workers or family members. Sometimes you may think that people are okay excuse me, because they are going through their regular life and you know, sometimes they're smiling and happy, but sometimes people are mentally overwhelmed. Sometimes people are triggered, and so even celebrities like Jada Kingdom can feel some type of way. So if I had to give her any advice, I would tell her that whatever she's going through in her life, take some personal time to heal. Take some personal time to value yourself as who you are, because you are important. You are worthy. You are special and you deserve to be loved and you deserve to have life because you're alive right now and you are valuable. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
Welcome home. How does it feel to be a free man?
Keisha, I'm still processing it, you know?
Wow.
It feels amazing, but I'm still processing it. And some days are amazing, and some days we get the PTSD.
Really?
Yeah, man.
But I still.
That's right, well, you know, but yeah, it's an amazing feeling. It's good.
How is your health? Is everything going good with your health now?
Now, yes,
now,
definitely.
yes. Okay.
Definitely. You know what I mean? So I'm working on my health with some top tier doctors from Cuba, from St. Vincent, from Jamaica. So yeah, we're doing this. But like the system, sometimes I couldn't get medication.
That more often.
Yeah, even a lot of the time I had to buy my own medication, which was no problem.
Right.
But they put a lot of roadblocks.
Then play a game.
Yes.
Then play a game.
You know what I mean? So no.
No?
No, they kept me in a supermax section of the prison. With all the notorious...
The gangster them,
yeah.
You're a bad man.
Allegedly. I'm an alleged bad man. Actually stalked me while I was in prison.
See, then you're not easy. You tell the people I'm man.
Yeah. She actually found me through my baby mother's Instagram.
That's crazy.
It's great, right? And then she presented herself so I could make the first move. You know how females do it.
Did you once feel like, what that girl are really up to?
No, because remember, I just saw her and was like, oh, wow, she's nice.
Yeah.
And she's always commenting under my posts. And I mean, them times I just found Instagram. Yes. I told you about the bun and cheese earlier. Jesus.
So, baby, I will get the bun and shanty.
Every time.
Keisha, can you behave yourself? All right, I'm back. Zip it up.
I tell you, but let's just say that every time I see Bun,
you're afraid.
I'm traumatized.
You're traumatized.
PTSD.
But guess what?
Yeah.
Them not give no Bun. If that woman left Europe and come to Jamaica, she not give no Bun.
No, sir.
You see that diamond, yeah?
Yes.
She need one of them.
Not bad.
Yeah, she need one of them.
You need my visa.
We need a visa because guess what? Me have to do the wedding.
Wake up, give thanks for life, pray. Well, I pray every night at midnight.
Wow, good.
Yeah, because for some reason I'm always up. And you know, midnight is a new day. So I pray.
What did your family have to say about this?
Honestly, they didn't know at first. They didn't know at first. It was just like, he asked me to come.
Wow.
And then from there, it was just, how can I say no? And then my family, I've never lived apart from my family. So it was a bit, they didn't really know how deep it was. I didn't really tell anyone, aside from my friends, how deep it really was. And then I couldn't say no, and I just flew out, and my mum later found out I flew out for him.
So how long were you living in Jamaica before he got released?
So I came here on the 15th of August, and he came out on the 31st of July. It was 15th of August 2022, and he come out 31st of July 2024.
So you lived in Jamaica 2 years alone. Where did you live?
He got me an apartment with someone he trusts.
The two on a serious man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, to them, my goodness. Y'all having sex every day because the relationship new, and he coming out of prison, he gotta get it popping.
I love my man.
Moving on to much more exciting news. Now, Vybz Kartel did an interview with Keisha Kaur. Now, Keisha Kaur is a Jamaican-born woman who is currently married to Gucci Mane for many years. She was with him for a long time. And just a little backtrack on Keisha Kaur. She married him and he went to prison afterwards. And I believe he gave her like $1 million US, and he came back and she had flipped the money into $3 million US allegedly. Also, along with many other investments. So, she's the real deal, people. She is the real deal. She's a businesswoman. She's not just a wife. She's a businesswoman. She's a powerhouse. She does health. She does like exercise stuff. She sells lots of stuff to lose weight, like teas, etc. So that's Keisha Kaur. No, this interview was shocking. I feel like it was very appropriate to have someone on Keisha Kaur's level, meaning international, and I'm happy he chose to do that interview, and he was very comfortable with her, and he dropped a lot of bombshells. No, the first interesting thing is the fact that he actually admitted to having PTSD, and that's completely normal. No, when Kartel was incarcerated, it was like he was at the climax of his career. He had Teacher's Pet, his own TV show, kind of like Flavor Flav, and he was doing the darn thing. No, in the middle of his heightened career, in the middle of his rise, he was arrested. And as you know, if you watch the interview, he stated that he got charged for, some weed. And he's thinking this is nothing. And that's when they slapped the MURDER charges on him. So he wasn't thinking that he was going to be there for so long. And so being there, developing health issues, being there for exactly 12 years, 10 months, and 14 hours, I think that's what he said. So he remembers everything. That's not easy. Remember, he had gotten his breakthrough already. He wasn't suffering. He wasn't on his face. So that sudden change from being comfortable, having your own money, having freedom, being successful, to being trapped behind the bars, that will take a toll on anybody's mental health. Now, he even stated that he was actually in a cell for himself because they felt like he was like a high-risk criminal. So he was segregated, you know what I'm saying, I guess as a form of punishment. Remember, not too long ago, his lawyer was debating that, you know, he could lose his life in there because they put him in this very small box that had no airflow, had no window. And remember, that's kind of when his mental health was like declining rapidly. Remember, he has some thyroid problems and he has Graves' disease. Now, in my opinion, he's starting to look way better now. But when he just came out, it wasn't cute at all. And, you know, people say his legs look very skinny, but he stated that why his legs look like that is because being in that very small room, you don't have any space to walk up and down or walk around. So you're not building muscles. And that's why his legs are so skinny. And of course, his face and his stomach may be swollen due to the illness, the Graves' disease illness. So that was very, very crazy. The next thing he stated that was also shocking to me is that he had little to no access to medication. And he said that he didn't have a problem purchasing it, but they made it very difficult for him to obtain. Now, this is my thing. Everyone has rights, even people in the prison system. But he stated clearly that if you don't have money in Jamaica, whether in the prison system or otherwise, you will suffer. Mind you, this man had money. He has money. And yet still, he suffered a great deal in prison. So his thing is that, listen, it was very difficult for him because the people made it difficult for him to obtain his medication. And as you know, his health declined rapidly in prison. Now, moving on to another shocking information. And Keisha Kiera said it. She said, you know, see them straight out, took somebody's man. She take a shot at man straight up. You understand me? Because Sidem was dealing with Vybz Kartel 2015 thereabouts. Or was it 19? I'm not quite sure. But just know that she went through Shotty's page to get to Vybz Kartel, which is crazy. But I don't know what was transpiring in Shotty's and Vybz Kartel's relationship that made it so easy for Sidem to insert herself in the middle of it and to take Vybz Kartel attention. But it was actually explained he was cheated on. In fact, he says every time him see Bun, him feel traumatized. That's what he was saying because of the cheating. Now, on the flip side, people will debate that, listen, Shotty has about 3 children for Vybz Kartel. And based on those ages, Vybz Kartel has children in between Shotty's children ages. So Vybz Kartel has a daughter which is younger than, 2 of Shotty's sons. And then, you know, Shotty has a young son who's also Vybz Kartel's son as well. So at the end of the day, Vybz Kartel used to cheat a lot. And I feel like in that sense, it's like, it's unbalanced. It's like a double standard because a man can go out and cheat and get other women pregnant and the woman should just sit around and stay with him maybe because he is the sole provider or he's a celebrity or he's an artist. But the first time or the one time when that woman goes ahead and cheats, it's like he's traumatized. He's still suffering from PTSD according to him. So every time he say bun, him stressed out because remember the bun with him ex-game allegedly. So that's crazy in my opinion. Now, they also went ahead and interviewed Sidem, and honestly, I love how soft-spoken she is. I love how cute she is. I love how innocent she comes across. Mind you, Stella River run very deep, yes, but I love how classy she is because when asked if she's doing crazy sex in the house with Vybz Kartel, seeing that, you know, he just came out, all she said was she loves her man, and I can appreciate that. Very classy. But you know something, people always will say things about, you know, women, especially because she's not a Jamaican woman, etc. But for someone, I don't think people understand how serious it is and how risky it is to leave your hometown, England, a whole new country, a whole new different culture, leave there as a whitey woman, and you come for a man. Anything can happen. You know, if it don't work out, she has to lap her tail between her legs and go on back over London. But she's like, no, she believed in this and she trusted it. And you know something? She stood by his side. I am convinced she loves him. You understand? I am convinced she means it, and that is the reason why Vybz Kartel got her an apartment and a Range Rover, Guan Miguel, and possibly married. And she's saying before she has kids, she has to get married. Personally, I couldn't tell you if that's going to happen or not, but the way how they look at each other, the way how they're moving, it could be very possible. It was very interesting how each time she thought to answer a question, she looked over on Vybz Kartel to like get his permission. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But overall, I am convinced that they make a very good couple. And, you know, Vybz Kartel is getting healthier by the day, which is like really lovely. And, you know, he is just in a good space. And I love the fact that he's saying that, you know, he prays every day. I love the fact that he is just living in the moment. And if all the persons who was listening to my previous video, when I explained that this man is enjoying a lot of things that a lot of us, even himself, took for granted. So I was spot on.
In the video where the man of fast and pray for me, that was like the late 90s or early 2000s. So we all see that Stitchie needs some help. And I'm playing to the music industry insiders more than the general public, because this is a problem with the music industry. We don't come together for each other. And that's very saddening to me. A whole heap are rich as musician, and on me alone, and on Richie alone, the whole are we rich in our music, and some are we richer financially than some are we can help each other. Make we do the chain link. Today we gather here to make a monetary donation to Cleveland's wife, Mrs. Leng.
Yay!
So, yeah, give her a clap.
Yes.
So we all appreciate her.
You see, brother, there's one thing that you said that I would love to say a little thing about. See, a lot of people say, well, I'm just Stitchie's supposed to reach out and the argument start. No, we're learning today that this ailment been going on for a few years. So sometimes, no matter how much money you have, the reservoir can be empty too. So, you know, hence why
the most expensive.
Yes. So
I'm glad you need help here, my brother. You cannot ask how much for it or when you have to pay. No. It's life or you die.
So it's a,
and then I want to extend on your topic now. People are so we're Stitchie money then. How long Stitchie has been a Christian? From 1997. That's 20. How much years? 27 years. All right. How many gospel show keep for the year? How much we go in our gospel show? Who are look for gospel artists to do dub play? Who are take gospel artists go and dance them product? Just name them now. When you used to earn 100, going into gospel is like earning 15 or 20% of where you used to earn. I like tithes you get now. But you're doing it for the Lord. He did not choose, hold on, if he's not think about income, he would have stayed as a big artist. God call him and he have to leave everything behind. And we have to take up the slack when leave. This man fast and pray for me. So me no business about nobody. He prayed for me. And I've been through some hell and thunder. So we as artists, we know the difference when you become a Christian with earnings. So we could never look on a man who changed his life 27 years ago and say him and make what kind of money.
True.
And it doesn't matter what money he made. Finally, I have to give my props out to Rodney Price, aka Bounty Killer, because he has just donated $10,000 to Lieutenant Stitchie's wife. Now, Bounty Killer, Sophia Lang, Richie Stevens, you know, in partnership with the Bounty Foundation, dancehall artist Bounty Killer's charity organization, donated $10,000 to the family of Lieutenant Stitchie on October 3. The funds will go towards medical expenses for the veteran DJ who suffered a brain hemorrhage in early September. And as you know, he is currently unresponsive and he needed a surgery. I'm not sure how much the surgery cost. I did report on it, but it's in US money. It's quite a bit of money. And he was also pleading to the musical fraternity to participate in assisting this man's health. And one important thing that I would like to highlight is the fact that they're saying that people are saying, oh, Lieutenant Stitchie is a big artist. How come him not have no money if he support him on a health, etc.? And I love the fact that they stood up for him and defended him in this time, because at the end of the day, it's true. When you switch from dancehall to Christian music, just like Lady Saw switched to being Marian Hall, Marian Hall sets up her own YouTube channel. She's doing different things. She was online petitioning for money to start her church. It's not the same. If you don't have money saved up from when you were doing dancehall, Christian shows don't sell for the same price as the tickets do in dancehall. And like he said, you don't get as much dancehall shows. You understand? In fact, Fun in the Sun, I believe, is actually free. I think they get paid through sponsorship. So it's very different. And Stitchie did dancehall about 27 years ago. That's almost a lifetime, or just about a lifetime. So all that money saved up could actually been used up. You understand what I'm saying? And health is a thing that can cost you. Because if you don't have money to pay bills, it's expensive. Because no one knows the time nor the hour when they'll get a very serious and dangerous sickness that will warrant a large sum of money to pay for your health, to pay for your health care, etc. So I really appreciate the fact that they're giving light to the situation, and they're saying, listen, don't be selfish, don't be judgmental. Not everyone who you see as a celebrity has money like that, because he made a change for the Lord. You understand me? And so he sacrificed his finances by giving up dancehall to do Christian music, which he had already wouldn't have known that the money would not be the same amount, but he is holding the faith. And so this is what motivated the Bounty Foundation to go ahead and donate this large sum of money. And I really do hope that other artists who can afford will go ahead and also donate money towards Lieutenant Stitchie's situation, and hopefully he can make a full and quick recovery. And with that being said, I am the Jamaican Scoop Diva. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell and leave your comments below. Please take care of yourselves.